Morning, Dowse.
Morning, Garrett.
Once again, joined by a beautiful companion, I can see. Good morning, Matt Winter.
Morning, David.
So perhaps you better tell us why you're here, Matt.
Yeah, Dowse gave me the opportunity to come and just advertise a new goalkeeper centre that I'll be running from January. It's an opportunity for local goalkeepers in the Woking area and beyond, really, to come and get some goalkeeper training with myself and Callum, who is the other academy goalkeeper coach at the club. We're running a free taster session on January the 13th, and then it'll be a 10 weeks of coaching. All the information can be found on our social page, which is MGW Coaching. So yeah, great opportunity for any local goalkeepers. Grassroots, we're really aiming at from ages 7 to 16 to come and get some extra goalkeeper training to help them improve. I think there'll be quite a good uptake. You know, speaking to some parents already and speaking to some goalkeepers that we work with in the academy system here at Woking itself. We're going along, so something to really get yourself down to.
And it says on your leaflet there 3G surface, so weather's not going to be an issue.
No, we're lucky. We've managed to do a deal at Winston Churchill School to use the all-weather pitch there, which would be good. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting that started in the new year. And
the taster session 13th of January. What day of the week is that?
That's a Monday. So all the sessions will be on a Monday night.
And what time?
6 till 7 for our younger age group, so 7 to 11, so primary school, and then secondary school will be 7 to 8 p.m. But so all the information is available on our social media pages, MGW Coaching, also on our website as well.
It'd be great. I've seen Matty work, like, and I know how good he's done a job with Rossi and how much Rossi's improved under him. And I've seen him do his sessions. I'm not just backing his corner because he's me a goalkeeping coach, because it's hard for me to tell him he's good, because him and his brother never bought a drink in his life. But he's very good at what he did, so he will make sure he improves and whatever happens. I'm very confident about that. That's why.
Yeah, you were asked at the Christmas Carols night the other night about who'd been the best player this season or the most improved, and you named Rossi and you gave Matt the credit for it.
I did, but he works with me all the time. We pick him and all that. What we've seen with Matt works with him all the time, so Matt's looked after him, and I think Rossi's got better and better and better. That's my opinion. So it's a lot down to him.
So if anyone has a young goalkeeper, this is a great opportunity to get some professional coaching from Woking's goalkeeping coach. Thanks very much for telling us all about it, Matt.
Cheers, David. Thank you.
Well, turning to matters still completely unrelated to football.
Yeah.
We've just been discussing and trying mince pies, and you wanted to start with that.
I've been allowed to come up again, bought loads of mince pies, and you've just had one of 0.3 seconds, to be honest, David. And you know, David Curtis and Ian Dyer immersed them, to tell you the truth. Okay, we've got Aldi 7 out of 10. Okay, second.
That's the Holly Lane one.
Holly Lane one, Aldi 7 out of 10, not bad. Okay, because I like going to Aldi. That's my favourite shop, Aldi. Asda 7 out of 10. Co-op 6, but you're giving it 6.5.
I was, yeah.
I see a 6.
Okay.
Marks and Spencer 7. Morrison's 8. So if you're going to go to Morrison's, we've got one in Working Town Centre there, up next to Town Centre. Go to Morrison's. Sainsbury's 8. Tesco's 7. Waitrose 7 plus. So the best ones you can eat is Morrison's and Sainsbury's. The worst ones is what you've just had, which is out of date, by the way, if I thought I didn't tell you that. It's the Co-op. So, job done. So, thanks very much to the fella. If you want to bring some more in, we'll have another go. And if I can tell the bloke, thanks very much.
Well, that's admirable dedication to the cause of educating the Woking public on mince pies, eating all those different types.
I know it's very hard doing it, to be honest, like one of the biggest challenges yet, but you've just had your breakfast with it, so I appreciate that.
As you know, we have solicited questions from supporters. I've got quite a list.
Right.
We'll just have a couple of minutes before we get into those, though.
Yeah, sure.
Going back to Saturday, as we usually do, you said afterwards you had to get into them a bit at half time. What did you say exactly? Well, not exactly, no.
I can't say exactly, I'll be told to say exactly. But I thought, it was funny really, because I looked and I thought with the injuries we had, I thought it was a dead game. I thought the first half was a bad game. I thought we wanted to upset them a little bit, and we did do, but we also upset ourselves. We sort of said, let's get behind the ball and make it hard to break down because of injury situations. But I thought we didn't let the handbrake off at all. We didn't have a shot on target, we didn't have a corner. We scored the worst goal ever again. I keep on going with the goals we concede. And so at half time, I was just having a crack at people. But you do it for a reason. You don't do it to try to be clever. You don't do it you do it for a reason. So I went round and said it wasn't good enough, to be honest. But the funny one was with Nathan Collier, who was actually doing all right. But I went for him twice, Nathan. and he didn't die at the end of the game. I had to say it Dowse. He didn't deserve that, to be honest. Like, so I rang Nathan up. I said, listen, it was spoiled. Get me spoiled. Listen, I've known him 5 years, and he's been a great lad. We've never had a cross word, but it's just sometimes you go in there and go tackle you. Sometimes we go in there and be how great we are. I just thought it was one of them times where we couldn't really just want to try to get them going, try to get some energy about the pitch, try to like say get a handbrake off, try to pass it at all times, try to play, try to have confidence in the ability. Very much different what we're trying to set out in the first half, because we knew VA would probably be better play off or play out because what we had out on the pitch at the time. So we thought we'd try to, you know, we knew like we must have be a loss from both boxes. So we tried to upset them a bit, but did it work? It would have done if it was 0-0 at half time, because we would have still went the other way. Changing the game, I thought Hodgie changed the game, to be honest. I thought, obviously, I know everybody's good, but Puka was our best player. I thought Hodgie changed the game coming on. He got half an hour. I thought he did change the game, to be honest, I must admit.
Okay.
So that's what happened there.
Good. You did actually say afterwards that Pox was the best by a million miles.
On both pitches, on both parties, both sides.
Yeah.
I think we said that. Like, listen, it's not like you do it, it's a laugh and a change. I felt sorry for Hodgie, to be honest, I do, because everybody on the bench looked like, God, you're joking. And all of a sudden, in the change room, Hodgie's got a lot of stick. All of a sudden, you know, it's unfair. And Hodgie, and even now I'm thinking, you should, but it's not Hodgie's fault. He's come on and done very well. And if the sponsors in the lounge and sponsor pays his money, he can vote for who he wants to. It's just, and I was at first, I was thinking, nah, but when I calmed down about it, like I say, it's not Hodgie's fault. And for half an hour, Hodgie done well, you know, and stuff. The thing is, like, I was pleased for Hodgie because obviously we played against Mersham and he didn't do. We started him against Mersham and he didn't do very well. He started him against Chertsey and he didn't do very well. And I was thinking, is he going a bit down? And he's come on and got us back up there. So fair play to him for proving the staff wrong, because we had little doubts coming up with the game, and he'd come on and change the game. So fair play to him.
You've had a sort of reasonably settled midfield for most of the season, and Godfrey has not featured in it all that often. So he's given you quite a selection decision, hasn't he?
He hasn't now, because he'll start.
Well,
beforehand, we've said over a day and all, like, you know, there's been a man about it and there's been a coward about it. What the cowards do is talk behind your back. What the cowards do will say things to people who want to hear. It could be supporters, it could be chairmen, it could be anything like that. Well, that's what cowards do. What men do is come see you face to face, and most of them do, to be honest. But Puck hated me for a little bit. I didn't like him very much either for a little bit, and but we come now. You know, there's no rift there. People say there's no rift there. All it was, when we got Toby Edster, I thought he was going to pass the ball better forward. And all of a sudden, we got Kieran, we had Sean in there, and all of a sudden we got a lad from Luton in there. And I thought, you know, blinking, you're not going to get in. But at the minute, do I think I was wrong? It looks like at the minute, to be honest. It looks like, if I would like to see what he was like in them other games. I think he's had poor games like everybody else has, and we were on a bad run and you make decisions. But it doesn't matter who comes in Saturday, it doesn't matter who was saying. It doesn't matter if we've got a Luton lad back. Puck will start on Sunday, no doubt he's earned that right to do that. Just at the time managers make decisions. Was I right? I think at the minute it looks so I wasn't, to be honest. I think he probably should have played all the time.
So, are you suggesting that we might get Glenn Ray back?
No, he come on the other day, didn't he? For them, I'm not. But there's always options, and there's always options that might come up next week. There's always options that, you know, we are looking massively. Even this morning before in this interview, we're talking to players about trying to get somebody in for a weekend, and that goes. But I've learned not to say it too much, because we thought we had a player, never had it. We went for a couple of players, don't get them. You think you've got them, agents coming forward, our friends coming forward and try to spoil it. You got a manager who changed his mind, just like I changed my mind. So we're actually going a different tact, and hopefully trying to get somebody in by next week or by the weekend. So, but no, not a minute. Glenn Ray's got in their first team. Fair play to the lad, and I hope he stays in the first team.
Yeah, good luck to him. Let's move on. Thinking back to the Dutch people that were here filming the program, it's gone out this week, and it is. You can only watch it in a certain place on the internet, and you need a password. But that information is available via Ian Nicholson. I'm not sure if he's allowed to publish it widely, but he has sent it round to some people, and they're trying to organise being able to show it at the fans forum. It's about 40 odd minutes, I think.
I haven't seen it.
No, right. Well, I don't know if you've heard this, but you are described by the people in that documentary as a charismatic but unintelligible Scottish person.
Calvin Ray, who's trying to get my attention here, I do want to be honest, because he sent us a thing on my phone. I'll see if I can get up there, because the Scottish thing I was filming, but he sent us a flicking thing. Oh God!
It does say you're charismatic.
What does that mean?
That means you've got a big personality.
Yeah, cheers, I appreciate that, Lee.
But unintelligible. That means you can't understand a word you're saying.
You know, Ali McDowson, Kelvin's daughter done that, and she passed person through, so we've got a picture of me with a in a Scottish kilt, Ali McDowson. But I'm not that fussed on that, to be honest, now, because I've been called a lot of things, but not Scottish, please. You know what I mean? So if Scotty Steele's watching now, crikey, so I don't mind getting called a Geordie idiot, a Geordie whatever, but don't call us a Scotsman, whatever you do, please. So yeah, but no, listen, they're coming. It went on for hours, but it just showed little clips. I will watch it and all that, you know, and they show little clips and things like Gava and all the rest of it. So I will have a watching, because I think Ian Nichols sent it through, but I said I'm not taking to go and watch it yet. But I do know about the Scotsman, because we took a mick in here, and obviously Kelvin and his daughter took that step too far, to be honest.
Okay, let's turn to some questions that have been put in by supporters.
Yeah.
What has been the main thing you've learned in your first season managing in the National League? I presume it means as a manager.
Yeah, we're not as good as we thought it'd be. Everybody, including us. We've got 8 players who played Saturday who've been in the Conference South. They're more organised. Are they more fitter? That hasn't come across yet, to be honest, because we've finished games and all that, you know. Have I learned a lot? Not really, no. I haven't learned loads. I learned a lot in the Conference South, because I thought the competitiveness was a bit more here. There's a lot of big teams with big crowds, but the players are the same, and I think that's probably the main thing. You got some pretty good managers in this league, but the players are just that little bit better than what you're below. I just think that the names of the crowd, you can't play with teams over. You know, you got Notts County, you got Yeovil. We're probably one of the smallest cookies in it, I suppose. Not crowd wise, but team wise. But you got all these big hitters, Dagenham, Redbridge, all these people, Halifax, I keep going on here, who've been in the league, and what Chesterfield, blinking how big are Chesterfield and all that, you know, Wrexham. All these league sides and all that, you know, but only league sides by fans and by names and not by players. So I learned by don't play with a team, don't play with a crowd, don't play with a club, play with a team who you're playing against. That's what I've learned.
Which goes back to what I said this time last week, that we now come up against teams like Hartlepool and we're not frightened of them.
Not frightened, no. And that's the biggest thing with Hartlepool. What a big club, and what a fans and all the rest of it. And like you say, Chesterfield's ground, when you go over, you think bling, and it's another level, you know, like, you know. But I believe that even though some good players, I'm not knocking any players, any managers, but aren't as good or big as a club are. You know what I mean? Like, Chesterfield's a massive club, but Wrexham are as well. And they've got some blinking great players and great managers, but they're not like Football League. What you think, that's what we think. You know, so that's the thing I probably learned.
Yeah. And the next one relates to Sunday. I think it's a good question. If we beat Kingstonian on Sunday, would you rather go to Wembley in the FA Trophy or go there in the playoffs? If you could only have one.
Playoffs. Yeah. It wouldn't even come in thinking about.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be a good question, but wouldn't even be. But unless somebody said you lose that one and win that one, I'd go to whatever one you win. But no, the playoffs, 100%.
Will you be putting a strong side out for the trophy?
Of course, I want to win a game. There's no different want to win a game. I want to get the Wembley. We have fancy it. Hayden Bird, mate of mine, good lad. I met some lovely friends there at Kingstonian. I had 7.5 years there. Jeff Chappell managed 2 clubs to trophy finals. I managed 2 clubs for 7.5 years. I was there. Had a successful time there, funny enough. We're on the way up here with the new manager we've got, the new direction we've got on the way up. And so I can't wait for a game. I just desperately want to win it. So it'll be the strongest team we can possibly put out against their strongest team. Game on. It'll be a leveller. It'll not be a biggest shock in football if you beat us. But of course, I want to win a game.
Good. And I presume, following on from that, you really fancy winning the trophy?
Of course, like the FA Cup, it's impossible to win. We could get beat Sunday, we could do.
Yeah.
But hopefully we won't. But the bottom line is we couldn't win the FA Cup. But there's 2 things you can win. You can win the league, it's not impossible. And you can win the FA Trophy, not impossible. So the ones you can go in for, the Surrey Senior Cup's nothing now, because everybody plays every serves in it, including us. So that used to be a big competition, but it's not for me now. So the 2 trophies were in. I think it make people think we're nuts and all, but we could win both. So if you can win both, you try to win both.
Sure. There were a number of questions which basically all revolve around the same subject, which is where do you think we will finish this season? Do you think we can make the playoffs? What will be a successful season based on the start we've had? If we're still sitting in and around the playoffs after Christmas, would you expect or like the board to back you with funds for a promotion push? So a number of questions about basically whether you think we'll...
I don't know. Yeah, that's honest truth is I can't answer that one fully, because I don't know. Last season I thought we'd get in the playoffs. I didn't think we'd finish second top, but before we start the season I thought we'd get in the playoffs. when we got to the playoffs, you know, I thought beforehand we'd win them. You know, the side's a one-off. If this side got in the playoffs, I think we've got a good chance because the one-off games wouldn't take anybody on. I really do. We were getting there. I think that's going to be tough, to be honest. That's my opinion. But can we? Will the board will backward like we always do? Got a strong board. We'll try to backwards as much as we can. But again, they'll go back to the same thing. We won't put the club in debt. There won't be another one of these where we owe money. All the rest of it. We're well aware that we're trying to do things to get a new ground to make we're competing this league. So yes, I think I'll be able to go and ask for a bit more and do a bit, but to go and put with the other lot who have got treble what we got or quadruple what we got, we won't put the club in that jeopardy. I understand that.
Right.
Because a lot of these teams have went up, as you know, and will be bust by the end of the season. They won't put us in that position.
No, of course. Let's turn to a couple of questions about.
But if you got, sorry, do come back to that question.
Yeah.
Do I think we can do it? Yes, I do.
Right.
That's a question. But do I ever got to just go game by game? Yes, I do as well. Because if the lads finish 10th top, they've done unbelievable this season. Unbelievable. But if they finish 7th, they've done incredible. If they win it, it's fairy tale. But do you think you can do it? Of course you do.
So someone's asked, they haven't phrased it quite like this, but I'm adapting it. In your sort of quiet moments after a game when you've won again, do you ever sit there and think, wow, we could make history here?
I'm usually on my 10th pint of Stella, to be honest. So it's,
which is not a quiet moment.
I've never had a quiet one before we win matches. I've had plenty of quiet ones when we lose them because I'm not really but I don't really get caught up in that. Go in there, have a few beers, I got doing blackies, have a few down here, go home, have somebody working man's club. So by the time Saturday night comes, I'm managing Man United.
A couple of questions about current players.
Yeah.
Who has been your player of 2019? So the second half of last season and the first half of this.
Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you would expect.
Yeah.
You mentioned Hodgie earlier. Someone's asked, is he always going to be a super sub, or do you think he'll ever get a run in the team from the start? I guess that's up to him.
Of course, up to him. He's done well twice coming against Hartlepool. I think sometimes we might give him too less a time. I'm just looking at. I'm trying to be honest with him here. I think sometimes we make this game on for 50 minutes and expect the world out of him.
Yeah.
And that can't happen. But last week, what got him in mind a little bit, we give him half an hour. One, to set then get in the game and things like that. To start games, he's just got to do like anybody else. He's got to fight and get in there. The last couple of games he's started, he hasn't done too well. But apart from that, he's always done. I haven't got a problem with Hodge. I like a lot. I think he's a local kid as well. I think the fans like that as well. But if he's going to start games, he just but it's like anybody else. Has he had a fair run on it? Not really. Then Pook's never then got in, so it's up to him to get in. But he's certainly done his favour the other day because I did think he changed the game. I did.
Sure. And on a similar note, someone else has asked what's been going on with Manny Parry. Why hasn't he even been in the squad?
Had a baby.
Yeah.
Little baby girl, was it a girl?
It is a girl, yeah.
I had a baby girl, so he wasn't around for a week. If he had been around the last couple of weeks, he might have been involved on Saturday, to be honest, but he hasn't been around at all looking after a baby. He got left out of the team. Musa and Ben Gavin's been excellent, so he hasn't got back in it. In fact, the back four have been very strong, so he hasn't got back in it. He's seen he let to do it, he let to try to get back in, just like Sean did, just like he did. But the last 2 weeks he hasn't been around at all because he's been having this baby who, I'm not saying there's complications, but it wasn't smooth as you like. So he's been in and out of hospital, but thank God everything's healthy, and I'm delighted for Manny, so good luck with the lad.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you're aware that the club is currently running a Team of the Decade campaign, and the person who wrote this question has put, aside from Josh Casey as captain, who'd be in your Team of the Decade? And I'm pretty sure they mean your Woking team, and I know you've only been here a year and a half, but you're familiar with a lot of players from the first part of 2010.
I'll give it a couple of years because I think the best that to come.
Excellent. But pick out a few players. I'm not asking you to name 1 to 11, but
No, I wouldn't do that anyway. Like
No.
At the minute, the way Heidi's going, I think Torps, Blinkeneck. I think Ben Gavin's been outstanding this season, me personally, in Rossi.
Previous teams under previous managers, who would you?
Oh
pick?
yeah, sorry,
yeah.
I thought about like obviously Jez has got to come in, didn't he?
Yes.
Play and all that, Jez got to play. I'm in his prime. Ricketts has got to play in his time.
Yeah.
I mean, he had that season Goddard, where in his time would play and all that, and stuff. So there's people like that at the top of my head, really. If he went back 20 years ago, none of these lads would play because it would be the Clive Walkers, Lloydie Wise, Shane White, be all them not win it, but that's the ones that could come to my mind straight away and all that, and stuff.
Yeah.
Elvis Hammond, he wasn't bad, was he, when he was here? He done alright for us, didn't he?
He did,
I know,
yeah.
like, you know, and stuff.
Yeah.
He played well, but as Casey would get in that team, he would. Hyde possible, you know, like, you know, where he's been good this season. I'm just looking on form, but you know, I would watch a few videos back. You know, nobody will get in from a couple of years ago, because in Gary Hill's, that's some decent players, you know, like, you know. But if you look at Glenn's lot as well, you got to remember Glenn's team was a blinking good team. Like, one who if anybody said to me, who would I love in my team now, would be Neil Smith, because he would get that extra 5% out of everybody, and that's what he would do. He'd get extra 5% out of me as a manager, and the fans and the players. So he would be my captain, Neil Smith, and that's in the last 10 years, isn't it? Is it? Glenn?
To be honest, I'm not absolutely
Not sure.
certain.
No, I don't know how far it goes back, but he would be, like, you know, and stuff. And obviously, you had him and all, like, you know, and Ian Selly in his prime down here wasn't bad, but that could have been a lot of 10 years ago. The ones when Gary Hill was manager, I wouldn't know completely who the best ones, except for the ones I've mentioned, because I was managing Luan Down then, and I was concentrating on that league.
Sure. Well, I would throw in Paris Cowan Hall, and I think probably the biggest one you missed would be Kevin Betsy.
Was that in the last 10 years of the Betsy?
Yeah, I think he would definitely get in this team.
Charlie Carter was coming through, wasn't he? A young kid, like, you know, but it was a young lad coming through. So
he was.
No.
Okay, let's change tack again. This is a bit jumping about a bit, I know.
Yeah,
According to Wikipedia, you've never scored a goal in a game of football.
Cobblers. Absolutely
Right,
cobblers.
okay.
I was be a free kick expert. I did.
Yeah.
I scored. See that in the football league, I could be. I remember.
Well, I'm guessing that's what it means.
Well, in the football league, I did actually score, but Torpia claimed it. I played against Harry Redknapp's Bournemouth. I got the back post, I headed it, and it went in, but Torpia got his foot and claimed the bloody goal. But that went down to his goal. I wasn't that bothered. I got my bothered with scoring goals, to be honest. But at Gates, I scored a lot as a wing back because I was the fittest man ever. So I was up and down. I scored on telly a couple of times when we used to get the games on that channel. Remember? Back in the day. That's it. So I scored on there a couple of times. I did, and I went to. So I scored 4 or 5 in there as a wing back. And I went to Walton Hirsch when I started taking free kicks and scored a few goals. So no, Wikipedia, whatever you call it. What's it called? Wikipedia. Yeah. Whatever you call it. Okay, so that's wrong because I had scored goals.
Right. Fair enough.
Good ones and all.
Good for you. Well done.
I wasn't a good goal scorer. I just scored great goals.
Yeah. Me too.
I bet you did as well. Did you ever play, David?
I only ever scored 1 goal in a serious, organised, competitive football match, but it was an absolute gem.
Who was that for?
It was they're still going actually. They're called University Strollers who play in the
Of course, I heard of them.
Surrey Enhanced Border League.
No, that sounds really good. Anyway, next question, David. That sounds really good. I'll look there. I'm going to get back. I'll be on Wikipedia as well.
I have no idea. What was it like playing with Terry Hurlock?
Brilliant.
And is he the hardest player you've ever played with or against? Unsurprisingly, from a Millwall supporter.
Terry was brilliant, man. Terry was great, but he had class about him. Terry. A hard man on your side, like, a really hard man when he played. When he's with you, he'd do anything. I remember little things where we all the boys were at Connoisseur on Old Kent Road, and the Millwall fan will know all this because we used to drink the Crown Anchor, go to Connoisseur, and I was only a young pro on 120 quid a week. We're in the first division, and when anybody got around, when you're on 120 quid a week, it's hard to get around in. But Terry wouldn't say no. You just come out and there's 30 quid in your pocket, don't say anything to nobody, buy a next round. So you would buy a round, pretend it's yours, but he would buy the next one. He had a class about him too. Right. He's a great lad, hard man, good player. I played against Vinnie Jones before, who broke me arm accidentally. He was a hard player. There was a few good around there, but don't forget Keith Stevens at Millwall right now. He was as hard as they come and all that, and stuff like that. So, but Terry was top dog. Yeah, top dog. I remember once we trained at Richmond Evans and Vinnie Jones tried to look at one. Barry
Horn, was he a hard man?
Who was that?
Barry Horn.
I don't know, but Brian Horn was a goalkeeper, and a hard man. I don't know. Kitchener, remember him?
No.
Right. Horn was a goalkeeper, so he was Keith Stevens. But on the Millwall chat thing last night, like talking all them lot, and stuff. But I tell you, was a top one.
Right. Yeah. I haven't got the name wrong. There was a Barry Horn. I think he played in midfield for Everton. I
wouldn't have played against him.
No, okay.
But I think you got the name wrong. But,
is it? I'm just going to do a couple more and then we'll save the rest for next week.
No problem.
Is it worse to lose a match due to a bad performance or bad decisions by the officials?
Bad decisions by the officials. Because if you play it badly and accept that, it's only the players to blame. If the players have played well, Hartlepool, and you get done by away. If you get done by bad decisions, that costs you. No, I never didn't lose that game, but that's the things you get angry with, because if you play well, it's been done in a decision. That absolutely kills you. If you don't do well, you can't blame anybody but yourself, but the players. So referees' decisions.
And couple of food-related questions. Don't blame me, I'm just reading them. What's your favourite pie flavour to eat while watching the footy?
I had one the other night at the game up. What's it called? Failed. I had one today. I had a meat pie up there. It was quite nice actually. I sat there.
What sort of steak pie?
No, I think a steak pie. And if I got to Greg's, and I like going to Greg's, and I'm going to town centre, I always have a steak bake, things like that. So I steak pie would be very nice. Right. Yeah, I do like a pie.
Okay. This one's a bit surreal, and this is the last question for this week. But it relates back to a chant that we used to have on the terraces here. And the question reads, would you rather be a sausage or an egg? And I would not be forgiven if I didn't ask you that one.
Would I rather be a sausage or an egg?
Yeah.
Are you waiting me up?
No.
Having a mince pie, David. I don't know. I like sausage and eggs and all.
I told you it was surreal.
It is a bit daft. You used to sing on the terraces.
Yeah.
Who do?
Just one of those things that they say. Because it's off the wall.
That's sausage.
Okay. And very much lastly, I've got a Christmas present for you.
Oh, thank you.
Someone,
yeah.
It's not from me, someone has asked me to give that to you during this interview and open it on the
Go to now.
On camera.
Who's it off?
Please.
Kevin, you are. You are one great. Well done. Ali McDowson, the Scotsman. Okay, that was sweaty. That's very nice, very good. And I won't be putting me office because I didn't like myself in the kilt. But there you go. Thanks very much for getting that. Cheers to Kelvin's daughter as well. And I appreciate that. So it's not all good. But look at me, Miss Blinken. I don't know.
Very fetching, I think.
Very fetching, yes.
Needs fetching.
The kilt, that's typical Scotsman wearing a skirt anymore. I'll tell you, wearing a blinking kilt. But keep that away from Scotty because he'll give us some stick. Because I give him stick being Scottish, and so keep that away from me. In fact, the Scotsmen are like the Geordies, but we have got the brains kicked out. That's honest truth.
Right, nothing else needs saying after that. Please address all flack and responses to Mr. A. Dowse in care of Woking Football Club. Thanks very much, Dowse. We'll do the rest of those questions next week.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. Bye.